What's that thing that grows so steadily in the economy? That thing that the average American household is supposed to has thousands of dollars in. That thing that's, well, is full of liabilities. Let's find out. Hey, now we're talking about consumer debt. Bum, bum, bum. Consumer debt. In our Snowflake, one of the legs in our financial fitness Snowflake, or at least mine, is consumer debt. Why? Because it matters. If not merely for the financial ramifications of student debt, but for the psychological ones, all right? This is a good leg because it transitions into other realms. When you have high consumer debt, especially high consumer debt bought by first generation income, i.e. money that you worked for, sweat income, sweat money, blood money, first generation cash, i.e. you work 9 to 5 and you just bought something with that 9 to 5 cash. That is, no, that's not debt. That's not debt. So that's just spending unwisely. Consumer debt is when you use a credit card. So you're not even using your cash. You're using borrowed cash to buy stuff. All right? Someone wise told me, I think she's a millionaire. She's probably a millionaire. I attract millionaires. Go figure, right? So, no, I do. I attract millionaires and I like it. So she's probably a millionaire. She says to me, and this is what I was thinking before, but she just clarified it. She says, what did she say? Never use credit cards to buy liabilities. Use credit cards to buy assets. Don't use debt to buy liabilities. Use debt to buy assets. Assets that will make you more money. Hence, it's an asset, right? And I'm like, I like that. So a big thing is, in the modern economy, we are told and encouraged to spend money just lavishly, slovenly in some cases, right? You want a new thing, don't have the money for it, charge it. You want this, don't have the money for it, charge it. And it's gotten to the point where consumer debt is pretty high. Now for me, in my consumer debt, I include my student loans. You don't call it consumer debt, but I do. I include my student loans and 2 of my credit cards and my wedding dowry. If you marry an Asian woman from an old Asian country, you might be hit with a dowry. And they actually expect you to pay it. Even though it's like 2022, some people still believe in that stuff. Yeah. And what else? Dowry. The family bank, I borrowed some money from the family bank, so I gotta pay them back like a certain amount. And then, I think that's it. That should be everything. Oh, no, margin loan, my margin loan. Yeah, so I basically have all my debt compiled into one section on my wealth sheet. So I know exactly how much debt I have, okay? And I consider all that consumer debt. And it's a pretty big number. It's not crazy big, like it's a kind of a big number for me. Others, that's their like snack. That's their lunch, their breakfast. So for me, it's at this point in time, it's kind of it's a number that makes you think. So the point is, with this consumer debt, when you get your consumer debt under control, it also shows how you're strengthening and getting other factors in your life under control too. Because certain things lead to crazy consumer debt, right? So these certain things could be like psychological mindsets, mental belief systems, archaic belief systems, lack of self-financial worth, and so on and so forth. And if you have really high consumer debt, this can show you that you might have an area that needs some work, right? So at least for me, this is how it works with me. So I'm working on fixing that and getting my consumer debt down, and that in a way is a way to show me that I'm managing my money more wisely. I'm using it more wisely. And so now it won't be such a big thing, and I can get it down to 0 and basically be like, bam, we're good. Now, consumer debt and investment debt, those are two different types of debt, okay? So if you buy a house and this house is an asset and it's making you money, but you got a loan for like $100,000 or whatever, don't put that in your consumer debt section. That's different, okay? That's investment debt, all right? Consumer debt is something totally different, all right? So that being said, I guess it's pretty much done. That should be the last leg of our portfolio, or of our financial fitness snowflake. Let me check out my snowflake. Yeah, that's the last leg. Wow, congratulations. You made it to the end. Okay, so I've given you these. This is a lot to handle, actually. This is a whole lot to handle, especially if you're not experienced with it. So here's what I want to advise. If you're new to wealth management, if you're new to increasing your wealth, if you're new to financial management, asset management, financial awareness, if you're new to money, right, then I highly recommend you just take three or five legs of the financial fitness snowflake. So you can edit the graph so it'll only include 3 measurements as opposed to like 5 measurements, or so on and so forth. Edit it to make it fit your situation, okay, your situation. And when you do that, it'll help you start to get focus, all right? It'll help you get more financial focus, what needs to happen, what you need to do, what you need to develop, all right? And as you focus on your specific legs and devise strategies that work for you in handling your specific legs, you'll find yourself becoming more and more financially fit. And because you're doing this consistently, you're developing new financial habits consistently. This will assist you in reaching your financial freedom number, because truth be told, we all already have what we need to hit it. We all already have what we need to go to millionaire, billionaire status and whatnot. It's just 1, the information, and 2, knowing how to apply the information, and 3, actually applying the information. All right. If we all were aware of those 3 things, everybody would be wherever they want, whatever they want. All right. Though a lot of people are held back and or shackled by beliefs or thoughts that fetter their growth. And so if you really want to go forward, and I highly advise you start with a small number, like 3 to 5 legs, develop those, and then increase them to bigger legs, increase the width of your financial snowflake, okay? If you follow this, and it might take time, for some of you, you can probably do it in like a few months. For some of others, it might be a few years. For others, you might already be at 100%. That's perfectly fine. The main point is you'll grow and develop in your financial awareness. Your financial development will be amazing, okay? And then you can take that and go on to other heights and other levels and other worlds and other things. And at some point, you're gonna delve into financial protection and asset protection, because it's needed and important. And then you learn about LLCs and holding companies and sheltering companies and all that good stuff. So don't worry about that right now. Right now, we just want you to get started on your financial fitness snowflake. Yeah, look at mine. That's mine right there. Okay, don't laugh at my numbers. It is what it is. Okay, that being said, thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions, thoughts, opinions, leave it below, or send me a message or email, so on and so forth. I guess we're done. Wow, that's weird. We're really done. Okay, catch you later. If you have any debt whatsoever, all right, this is money that you owe someone or something, write it down. Write down who or what you owe it to. Write down the amount that you owe. Write down the APR, the annual percentage rate. And write down how much money you're paying every month to pay this thing off. Then you want to calculate how long until it's paid off in full, okay? You want to do this. So now you have an idea. You'll know the total amount of your debt, who you owe exactly, how much you owe to that person, and when you can expect to be debt-free of that situation, okay? Next, part 2. Choose one to aggressively pay off. With the other debts, you might pay the minimum balance with those. Okay, fine. Now choose one of them and aggressively pay it off, which means pay more than the minimum, more than you need to expedite the end date for that debt, okay? If you need to get a side gig or side job to knock it out, knock it out. Now, on the flip side, the other part of me is thinking, with side gig money, I can just plug that to an asset that'll also grow for me, then take from that asset and pay off the debt. You can do that too, all right? Though for this section, for the sake of this section, we're gonna say, choose one out of all the debt lists that you might have, or debt items, if you have more than one. Choose one and aggressively pay it down. And after you do that, take all the money you're putting into that one and put it into the next one and pay that down until, bam, you're done. And after you're done, keep it paid off, okay? And if you have high APR debt over 10%, say no to that. Don't do that. Don't dance with the above 10% APRs. They're not fun. Okay, that being said, I guess we're done. Thank you for joining us. Okay, this is consumer debt cliff. Now, we're done. This part of the journey is done. However, your part of the journey is continuing, and it's going to get even more interesting. Now that you've completed the Financial Fitness Snowflake program, you've seen all the videos, you've seen all the legs, you might have even started building some of them. What you can do now is, because it's your life that you're living, and your financial strengths, your financial powers reside in your way, in your own life, and they might fall under different stats, different legs, different descriptions, different some things, okay? So you can take the examples that I gave you, or you can switch them out for other things. For example, if you're not big into real estate investing or to stock investing, you might switch those two legs out for other forms of consistent income, consistent portfolio income. And that's perfectly fine. The main thing is find something that works for you. Though do remember, the idea of this Financial Fitness Snowflake is to make you financially strong so that if any disruptive forces come, you will be able to thrive anyway. That means if the job is lost, if the economy crashes, if everything goes to pop more or less, you will still be here, still be fine, and can continue thriving, okay? So let that be on your mind when you're looking at different legs to put into this Snowflake program. Now, you can take the Snowflake program sheet, edit it however you like, change it, make it groovier. If you have any suggestions, give us a call, send us an email. We'd love to know what you think and how you like it or dislike it. And let us know all the good stuff. And let's see. I wish you much success. Your journey is beginning. Your journey's already begun, actually. And I'm happy that I could have been of assistance to you and walked with you this far. May you know success. May you know wealth. May you know love. May you know fulfillment at your highest levels. Okay, that being said, thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Also, if there's anything you wish to say or do or just drop some message, you can do that. If you like some of our other interesting products, such as the 30-Day Financial Awareness Challenge or the One-Step Program or any of the other cool things we also do and make, feel more than welcome to buy those products. Yay! For every purchase you make, I will be even happier. Okay, I know you expected some kind of like charity thing, right? No, just keep it legit. Be real. All right, have a great day, and we'll catch you.